Welcome to our YouTube channel.
My name is Esme.
And I'm Roger. And welcome to
Roger and
Ismi
Esme Vlogs.
Vlogs.
So today's topic is, what are awkward conversation that maybe your Filipina won't answer?
Won't answer or don't want to talk.
Yes, so they feel awkward about it, they don't want to talk about it, they don't want to answer it. So, what are those questions, guys? Because we know you're really straightforward, we know that. So, before anything else,
Maraming salamat sa iyong suporta at paghigugma sa among channel.
thank you so much for your love and support, guys. Again, we're almost 19,000 subscribers. Wow, we couldn't actually reach this level without you guys. Up until now, I'm still surprised that we can reach this level.
Yes, and guys, if you are new to this channel, please consider subscribing it and click the share button, the bell icon for new updates.
Yes, thank you so much for your support, guys. And speaking of the topic,
Okay, so without further ado, let's start with the first one, which is the personal questions.
or private questions. Next is asking for how much is your wage.
Yes, and then educational background or attainment.
Yes, oh yes. So let's go with personal information. So I know, guys, that in your country, like, maybe you can ask, like, how many boyfriends did you have? But for Filipinas, they find it awkward. They still answer, but it makes them awkward to say that, oh, I just have 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, especially if they have more, right?
Yes, I agree with that, and they're like hesitant to answer your question right away because they're not really open yet about the past, about her exes.
Yes, and speaking about the past, maybe if you're in a relationship, you can ask questions about how many boys or guys did you sleep with?
Yes, and probably you would, have this answer from your Filipina, or get your answer, or get this answer from your Filipina, and she would say, I think much better not to talk about my past. Maybe you can hear that question or answer from her.
Yeah, true. Because for me, if Roger would ask me, like, how many guys did I slept with? Of course, I would be honest, of course, because I'm a really straightforward person. So I would answer him, but it's a little bit awkward. I would not elaborate the answer. I would just say only one, and that's about it. I don't elaborate it. I don't want to explain it because it's really awkward.
Yes, and also about the like the sex experience. It's not good to ask about that to your Filipina because it's awkward and might you'll not answer that question too.
Yeah, because I think they will get offended. Some Filipinos get offended. Not all guys, but some will get offended about the sex experience, or like how many boom boom pow did you had?
Yeah, or how
Yeah.
many like rounds in a day
Yeah.
for let's say for her exes.
Who has the big bananas? Yeah, that's for me. That's really awkward. Like, did I have? Do I have a tape measure? It's like that. Is it necessary for you to ask that?
Yes. For sure, there are lots of private questions which is not really appropriate to ask, or your Filipina is awkward to answer or talk about. So if you have the courage really to ask those questions, so maybe you can ask it in a polite way.
Yeah, that's the most, I think, decent way to try to ask her a question. Being polite is okay, but it would be also okay if she would not answer it, because it's a private information sometimes, and it feels so awkward if someone would ask them, especially the person that they're with right now. That, like, if the current boyfriend would ask the past boyfriend, that's a big no-no.
Yes, and also don't really compare let's say for example, if you're a boyfriend and girlfriend now, and then you have to ask her like if you're going to compare now and before or your ex, yeah, what can you say? So, well, maybe she could answer that possibly, but limited answer.
Yeah, true. They don't really elaborate it. So those are personal questions, guys. Next is wages. So this is the most common answer of Pinays. My wages is just enough.
Yeah, enough for the monthly bills. I have a small savings. The end of the month, yeah, I have something like left.
Yeah, they don't really give the specific number of the wage that they get, because there are a little bit of shame, like they feel embarrassed that that's just their wage. Yeah, most Filipinos are like that. Even me and Roger, we don't really say how much is our wage. We just say that, oh, it's just enough to pay the bills
Yeah,
in a month.
yeah, because we are like shy to like
Admit.
uh, admit or to
To share.
like to say what are the exact amount. So yeah, that's the I think that's the habit or the culture of a Filipino, that we're not really open into like speaking of job or wages.
Yes, true. Like if they ask like, oh, what's your position in that company? You would just say, just a normal employee.
Yeah, a regular employee.
Yeah, regular employee. That's about it. You don't really elaborate what's your position there. You don't really explain what's your position there. You just don't want to, like, they really feel embarrassed. Even for me, I would just say, "Oh, I'm just a call center." That's
Yeah,
it.
yeah. I'm just a call center. Yes, we have this mindset also because people or we Filipinos love comparing. They compare jobs, wages, so that's why we're not like really straightforward or not open to it. Like speaking directly, what's our exact salary or what's our position?
Yeah, it's true. Like for me, if someone would ask me how much is your wages there in your company, oh, it depends on the experience.
Yeah, depends on the experience and it depends on the company. So, well, we would just like the common answer, like what you said earlier, like um, it's just like enough for the monthly bills. Maybe we have small that we can save in a month, but not
Yeah.
that much.
True, guys. Like we don't really say it right away. We just say something. I think I can open to a person if and only if that person is really, really close to me.
Yes, right.
Yes. Next and the last is your educational attainment. So some actually can answer this, and they would be also like proud, even though that they graduate in elementary, high school, they would be proud. But it's how you deliver the question.
Yes, and if you ask to like to a Filipino or if you're Filipina, much better to ask the question like, "What's your educational background?"
Yeah, it's a general ask like question, not in the way like what did you finish?
Yeah,
It's
what
like
did you
the
finish?
what did you finish? So that's really, for me, that's offensive in a way.
Yeah, it's not polite, and it's a way of like rude question or like being you're being sarcastic.
Yeah, because for me, like the way, the tone of the voice, because I know, guys, you have this really well-rounded or very like deep voice, and the pitch or the tone of your voice is really high. Most Filipinos sometimes would get offended, especially if they don't really graduate in high school, or they're just in elementary, or they never have a chance to go to school because of poverty.
Yeah, and they don't want to talk about that, or they don't want to open up. Not unless if you are like living together for how many years now, and then yeah, well, it's okay for her to answer that question. But if you just met the Filipina, so I think she couldn't answer that right away.
Yes, as long as she's already comfortable with you and you already have the strong relationship, strong bonding together, I think she would be more open to you compared to the first time that you meet. That's really normal. But I would say, even though that you already build that connection, the relationship is there, there are some questions that they don't really want to answer.
Yes, because you already know we are really conservative. Some Pinays or some Pinoys are not really open, not open-minded. So if you can experience meeting this kind of people, if you want to ask, just be polite. I know, guys, what are those polite questions, so or how to deliver it in order for you not to offend the person.
True, I would say. And also, even for me, I've experienced it with my mom. My mom, up until now, my mom doesn't really answer what did she finish. Even ma, did you just like, this is my way of asking my ma, what is your educational background, ma? Like, did you finish elementary? I was like that, and she said, don't ask me that.
Yeah, maybe she is shy to like talk or share. So, well, if the person would not answer the question, don't force to answer the question. Just respect her or him to avoid any trouble or arguments.
Tampo,
Or
in other
tampo,
words.
yeah.
Yeah. So, thank you so much, guys, for listening up until the end of the video. And thank you for your support. We are really overwhelmed with all the love that you're showing right now. So, I hope to see you in our next vlog, guys. God bless.
Bye.
Bye.